by 6. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the most awesomest homesteading channel on the planet. It typically doesn't have anything whatsoever to do with homesteading. Homesteading off the grid. Wait, before I get to today's subject matter, I've got a memorandum here. Listen, you spoke, I listened, I took action. We've been getting a lot of complaints lately. I'm going to share just a few of them with you, okay? Hey, Mr. Crazy Lakes, you are lucky I don't know where you live. I would have you in court to get you locked up in an insane asylum. That one was kind of vague, not really anything specific, so I didn't know really how to address that. But the complaints have continued to come in. Kevin, I have followed your channel for many years. I have seen nearly every video you've made. I must say, I don't like how lately you've become an infomercial for Viver. I understand you have to support your family in whatever way you choose to do so, but it's just too much for me. I'm out. Good luck. And another one. Now, see, there was some specifics there, so I knew I could take that and do something with it, and I did, and I'm getting to it. And just for kicks and giggles, I sent the one along with the person who wants to know where I live too, so they can have me committed. Just because I care about what you folks think, right? It's the American way. I care about what other people think of me just as much as everybody else in America. Please understand that. That's why I've taken action here, and I'm getting to that action in just a second. One more, because there was a correlation here, so my crazy mind could kind of go with that correlation. This channel used to be awesome. Now it sucks. It's just a bunch of commercials for Viver products. Okay, so listen, folks. I copied and pasted all these complaints and I sent them to the complaint department, okay? Because I care, of course, about what other people think, just like everybody else in America. I allow it to dictate what I do, how I do it, when I do it, because it's so important how others perceive me. I'm American, okay? So the complaint department did get back to me, and they said, Crazy Lake, we have received the copy and pasted complaints of your viewers. Please advise the following to your viewers who complain about your content on your channel. Go forth and consume a satchel full of Richards. You're welcome. I mean, you're welcome. Of course I would do this for you. I mean, you let me know how you feel. It's important to me, not so much your feelings, but what you might think of me. So I took action, and straight from the complaint department, straight to your ears. Go forth and consume a satchel full of Richards. Now, with no further ado, as my beautiful bride dearly, aka Giggly Girl, would say, let's get to the meat and potatoes, well, she would probably say the rice and fish, of this video. Today, we're unboxing and assembling and demoing another wonderful Viver product. Yes, which one today? Well, let's see. Because I do so many. Do you think it's tough on you guys who have to watch this? I've got like a dozen Viver products in my storage shed. I haven't even opened them yet. I don't know what they are until I pull them out and hit record and pull out the owner's manual. maybe I should be committed. Oh, this one's a bench grinder. Now you might ask, or at least I might ask, because I'm like the least tool knowledgeable guy you'll probably ever meet. What in tarnation is a bench grinder? Well, it's something that's supposed to look like this. I hope I can put it together in such a way that it does. Here's the... Ooh, wait. Whoa. That was... No, you didn't see that. I gotta be careful. My address was on this side of the box. There are folks out there who don't like what they see in my videos, and if they got access to that, shoot, them boys in the white jackets with them butterfly nets would be coming to take me away again. You guys don't realize how hard this job is. You know how tightly they pack these things in these boxes? Man. Oh. Let's take that out. Whoa. Hey, you guys like my pants? They're Adidas. So I don't want to leave anybody out. I was really trying to get as many complaints to the complaint department as I could. A lot of folks liked my Fire Marshal Bill impersonation from my last video I did for a fever product, the snowblower, but some of you didn't. You accused me of being desperate to impersonate Fire Marshal Bill, one of the characters that got Jim Carrey famous early in his career. I thought, I should have sent that off to the complaint department, but I didn't. So the curiosity and the creative part of me asked the question, how would they have responded? Well, probably like this. I just thought of this when I saw my pants. Okay, you like Fire Marshal Bill? How about Run DMC? My Adidas. My Adidas. All right, so we went from the 90s with Fire Marshal Bill back to the 80s with some Run DMC. Wow. Man. Okay, look, it looks like it's supposed to look. How awesome is that? So, I see a couple of parts here. It looks like some assembly will be required. Just not much. Got those and a couple of metal thingamadoodles here. So, if we go into the owner's manual for the assembly, oh, well, look at that. Of all the Viva products I've ever demoed, which to my understanding, from what I'm hearing, has been quite a few, especially lately, they typically will send all of the tools you need to assemble them. But not the case here. It looks like you need a Phillips screwdriver and an adjustable wrench. It's the only two tools you need. They do not come with it once again. So, let me show you something, as Fire Marshal Bill would say. Fortunately, I have my handy dandy Beaver toolkit they sent me some time ago to do a demo on. I get to keep these products, of course. That's kind of our deal, our dealio. I get a free unit of everything I get to demo. I'll tell you, man, if you're a handyman or you fix things or if you do a lot of work in the shop and you don't have a YouTube channel and you're actually going out there and buy, it's a $250 set. I don't know what this is. But anyway, you're crazy if you don't do a YouTube channel and have a sponsor. But I guess that triggers some people. So I get it. You folks who care about what other people think and therefore don't do what you're passionate about and don't pursue your interests because of what others might think of you, you are the most kind-hearted MFers in America. Yes, you are, because you know how we are. We care about what people think of us and what they might say. I wish I could be more like you. You're my hero, bro. I just get tens of thousands of dollars worth of free stuff, and I don't even mention the 7 digits annual revenues I get for demoing them on social media. I know, right? But anyway, dumb hillbilly from West Virginia. At least that's what they say in the complaint section. Again, I go straight to the complaint department, and you're going to have to go down there to that getting place and get you another satchel full of Richards and consume them. I wonder if those come in multiple flavors. I wonder if Beaver makes any. All right, anyway, there's our tools. Now, typically, when I put these products together, I don't waste your time showing you what to do or how I do it. What I do is I stop the camera, put it together, time it so you'll know how long it takes, and if I come into any problems, I'll make like a troubleshooting portion of that video and show you. But it looks like all you got to do on here is put on these guards so that when you're grinding to sharpen your drill bits or your screwdrivers or even your knives, it just doesn't look like this was made for large tools, but it's, you know, small to medium-sized tools. This way, sparks don't come up and hit you in the face. Or, as Fire Marshal Bill would say, nothing happens that he might want to show you about. So, let me go ahead and stop this, get this put together. You just got to screw this thing on. I'll follow the instructions. I'll let you know how long it takes, and then we'll test it out. My Venus! Not sponsored. You still getting my 6? All right, folks. 12 and a half minutes is all it took. Remember those metal pieces that I had to take out of the box to be able to get the big package, the styrofoam portion with the grinder in and out of the box? They actually go on the product. They're your rests. So you have to screw that on with the adjustable wrench. And then there's a screw in here where both of these metal thingamabobs are. You take them out, screw the metal thingamabob on, and then these plastic doohickeys, these are for your eye protection, because as you use this against metal, of course, it'll spit up some of those, you know, shard things. They look like they're little like fragments of metal, and they could start a fire and they could go in your eyes. They're just terrible things. You don't want that to happen to you. So that's all there was to it. It took about 12 minutes, and that's because I have attention issues sometimes, and I was thinking about the magical numbers that purple whales speak to each other in the depths of the ocean that have not yet been reached by mankind. But then I got back to it and I put it together. Even with that, it's only 12 and a half minutes. You could probably do it in 9 minutes. So with that said, let's just test this thing out. So, notice that really awesome Beaver wood smoker back there? All right, so let's grind something. We got to plug it in first, and I brought it outside because you're supposed to use it in a well-ventilated area. I figure my back porch is pretty well ventilated. Don't want them little sparkamadoodles burning down the Christmas tree in there. Also, I brought it outside because the last Beaver demo video I did was for that snow blowing machine. Man, I blew snow all over my living room. My wife came home while I was doing that, by the way. I figured, well, if I've got to wipe this soapy suds off the walls, the one portion there behind the tree where I sprayed the artificial snow from the Beaver snow machine, let's just spray all the walls so they're all equally clean. So that's what I was doing. I swear that's all I was doing when my wife came home from a Christmas party and saw me with that snow blower just blowing snow all over the living room. Honey, that's all I was doing. I was just trying to make it even. But the aftermath of that was such that I did decide to bring this Beaver product outside to test it. Now, listen, it's a 3-pronged thingy, my bob. Doodle. So you plug it in like the way it's supposed to be plugged in, like that. Gotta have iPro. Gotta have iPro. You know, you can never be too safe when it comes to your vision. So if any of those little fireballs escape here, you know, get past that. They're going to get past this. All right, now, look, I actually turned this thing on to make sure it worked before this next segment. And I took one of my Beaver drill bits, and look at that. You can tell the side that I didn't touch and then the other side that I did just touch, hit it just a lick. You know, since we're doing impersonations, I thought of this when I got these out. So we've done Fire Marshal Bill. We did the Run DMC and My Adidas. How about the Brady Bunch? Remember, Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. How about Viver, Viver, Viver? Man, this place is going to be getting triggered around here like a firing range on a basic training facility down there in Fort Benning, Georgia. Going to be so many triggers going on around here. Somebody called me a man brat once in the comment section. I had to take that one as truth. I could not deny that. All right, so here's a Viver drill bit. All these need sharpened. They've drilled so many holes in the walls, you know. They're getting dull. So let's use our 8-inch Viver bench grinder, which, by the way, the link for this will be in the description box below. The product costs, as of this recording, approximately $120 on Amazon, okay? It would make a great Christmas gift. And clearly there's a lot of people out there that need a Christmas gift. They need some free Viver products because they're all bent out of shape that I'm getting them, I guess, and they're not. So come on, man. Think of the Scrooge in your life or the Grinch that's tired of just consuming satchelfuls of Richards and chunks of coal on Christmas, and get them some free Viver products for their stockings. All right, now from here, you just simply turn it on. Look at that. And when you do that, it comes with a light. As you can tell, it's not a terribly loud product. You know, it's pretty steady. I read some reviews before I actually agreed to review this product, because believe it or not, there's a little bit of thought that goes into the things I do on social media, just saying. They said that some people said they had a problem with the wheels wobbling, but I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing any wobble. So I turned it on, had it full speed, no wobbling. I also want to make sure, okay, so it's going down, so I'll be prepared which way to steady my drill bit here. So here's the rest. See them little sparks? That's what I was trying to tell you. But look at that. You can clearly see the side I hit it just a lick there, and it's nice, and it's a sharp edge now, whereas the edge that I hadn't hit yet is still dull. So let's even it up. Look at that. Perfect. Turn it off. Look at that. This drill bit, which was once dull because of overuse, has now been sharpened in nanoseconds. Like literally nanoseconds. With the 8-inch Viver bench grinder. Again, available on Amazon. The link is in the description box below. It's an approximately $120 product. I like it, and I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. We do a lot of gardening, and I do a lot of digging. I plant a lot of trees. Like, I just put trees everywhere. I've literally planted thousands of trees here on my property. Wow, that looks really good. Look at that. Most people don't realize this, but a shovel is a bladed tool. And if you sharpen the blade on the shovel, it digs way better. It just slices right through that dirt and those tree roots. So I'll be doing that with this product. So I hope you enjoyed this video. For those of you who didn't, you can go ahead and let me know. But Big George will tell you, hey, the complaint department's already gotten back to us. Their only advice they can give is to go forth and consume a satchel full of Richards. For those of you who actually are supportive, wholeheartely, unconditionally, and despite whatever mood you're in, those of you who are emotionally intelligent enough to know that sometimes we all have bad days, and when we're having one, maybe it's best to think before we speak or wait 24 hours, and who actually practice that, you're my kind of people. And for those of you who actually think I do care because I'm an American, and everybody here in America, of course, cares what other people think about us, well, I got to admit, I was fibbing about that. You see, because I don't. Now, on your behalf, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. Here in 1 week from today, as a matter of fact, my family and I are leaving for the tropical islands of the Philippines to spend a few weeks over there this winter. And on the day we leave, it's going to be down to 18 degrees Fahrenheit here in our part of the world. So, once we've gotten over there and gotten settled in, I will sit on that white sandy beach, and I will throw back a cold San Miguel light, and I will think about you while you're over here where it's 18 degrees, and I will consider potentially caring about what you think of me as I have that cold brewski on that white sandy beach on that balmy 85-degree day in the tropics. I'll consider whether or not your opinions of me your opinion of how sane I might be or how sane I might not be, and whether I do or do not need to be committed, affects my ability to pay my bills and provide for my family, like one complainer said, as I choose. And if, I don't know, if I have a change of heart and I seem to start caring about what you really do think about me, well, maybe I'll do things differently. But I'll tell you, while it's 18 degrees and you're cold, don't be holding your breath waiting on my change of heart, because I'm going to be enjoying that 90-degree, balmy, white sandy beach, crystal blue water weather and environment for probably 3 weeks. I don't know if you can hold your breath that long. See y'all for more next time from the most awesomest homesteading channel on the planet that typically doesn't have anything whatsoever to do with homesteading. Homesteading off the grid. My ideas. Beaver.